Yes.
TJ was going off.
Yeah, I didn't know what chat you're talking about. No, you're right. That was
That shit
yesterday.
was so funny.
Come to the left a bit, like right now. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. There we go. Alright. I'm going to share it on Facebook.
I'm not your man, boy. I'm the man. I'm not hearing what you saying, boy. I hear you saying shit. Quit all of that playing, yo. Ay, you can quit all of that playing, yo. Tried to turn my boys against me. Ay, tried to turn the world against me. Baby used to sit and ride the boy just like a 6-speed, yo. Ay, now I watch you turn against me, yo. Ay, see this big pole, ay. I used to show you love, but now that shit just jokes, baby. You ain't my shorty, I just hit you on the low. Every time she say I love you, I just put that shit in quotes. Bitches out here dirty, that's a quote, like that's a bar. Who pull up in ankle braces, glisten that shit hard. Ay, pull out something foreign like she came from somewhere far, far away. I like my bitch foreign, she from far, far away. Ay, ay, she my Fiona. She took my heart, I feel like I'm an organ donor. But she disrespectful. I just gave her everything and she left me alone. I can't respect you. I'm not your man, boy. I'm the man. I'm not hearing what you saying, boy. I hear you saying shit. Quit all of that playing, yo. Ay, you can quit all of that playing, yo. Tried to turn my boys against me. Ay, tried to turn the world against me. Baby used to sit and ride the boy just like a 6-speed, yo. Ay, now I watch you turn against me, yo. Ay,
the Joey hot, baby I'm burning. You wet your ass off of this spot, girl, you deserve it. You had me fucked up in the past, you had me hurting. Try to put that pussy on me, girl, I could've curved it. You still look perfect, could've been on my team. Could've got that Birkin if you might switch up on me. Take the kind of person that takes shit personally. But personally, baby you can't be with me. That shit way too risky. If you in West Mississippi, try to get bougie with you, how you turn into a hippie. Try to mark your territory, only you live a hickey. Why you always on my phone at night when you tipsy? You only call cause I've been on the ball now. You been stuck at home now. Throwing up the ball, she hate when Joey bring the hoes out. While your voice so loud, you sound too mad to be a soldier. If you had my Eddie, you would try to kick the door
I'm
down.
not your man, boy. I'm the man. I'm not hearing what you saying, boy. I hear you saying shit. Quit all of that playing, yo. Ay, you can quit all of that playing, yo. Tried to turn my boys against me. Ay, tried to turn the world against me. Baby used to sit and ride the boy just like a 6-speed, yo. Ay, now I watch you turn against me, yo. Ay.
Thank God. I hope that actually happens. But you know, there's no telling. What?
Okay.
Expect that
Parachute.
number. Big horny.
Parachute was hilarious.
Parachute?
Parachute.
Oh. Sickening.
I almost crashed.
Bro, understandable. Understandable, bro.
The way you like framed it, because like, you didn't put that in the previous part. You kind of left it like to guess. Parachute.
Bro. She is bugging. Oh, I did say full size.
I'm not your man, boy. I'm the man. I'm not hearing what you saying, boy. I hear you saying shit. Quit all of that playing, yo. You can quit all of that playing, yo. Tried to turn my boys against me. Tried to turn the world against me. Baby used to sit and ride the boy just like a 6-speed, yo. At all. Watch you turn against me, yo. See this big pole, I used to show you love, but now that shit just jokes, baby. You ain't my shorty, I just hit you on the low. Every time she say I love you, I just put that shit in quotes. Bitches out here dirty, that's a quote, like that's a bar.
If I'm noticing a speck in your eye, that means we're close. And a lot of people fear intimacy.
Yeah, they're good.
Because I don't want you to see into me.
Sometimes when you're messing up twice. So
Check. People at a distance.
You can scoop it now.
If I can stay up on the stage,
My love for you
Check,
never
check,
died
check,
and
check,
it
check.
never will.
All right.
That's not how I'm built. But we had shaky foundation, making our hopes of a future impossible to fulfill, making my heart collapse. But it was for the best in hindsight for that time lapse. I got a new pursuit perhaps, but it's hard to say cause she the type to be down for 2 days and be gone for 3. Weekends the only thing consistent. Walking the fine line between pestilence and persistence. Ooh, she killing me. New people popping up from distant memory. Oh, how they changed, trying to party next door and talking about come and see me. But once I would like someone to keep that energy. I guess I'm just different, at least that's
Check,
what Valerie
check,
told
check,
me.
check.
She said that was me, unapologetically. Sorry, I'm calling late the reception.
Look
be
towards
getting
the mic.
fuzzy. My miles go up by dozens.
Right.
Spin the shooters to Oklahoma. Decisions like that be sudden, been hitting the road for nothing.
But,
Please leave your message for Precious Healing.
Hey, I was just driving on my way back. Just gonna check on you, make sure you're good. Give me back when you wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't enough wiper fluid to clear my thoughts. I'm on this road, coasting at 60 miles an hour, missing my queen of hearts. I'm feeling stressed, my eyes getting heavier. No, I can't stop and rest, and that's a bet. Praying I played it the way I taught myself, memorizing a set, hoping I play my cards correctly. I never shuffled the deck, a young ace. Jokers around me pay me respect. When you see a king, then you bow. I got reticules on your heads. Hustle to feed the family, multiplying the bread. It's a cycle like chain links, and the golden ones on their necks. White Iversons, plotting to steal the crap when he's dead. But this the soul number 23, slamming it when he fed the rock. I read the clock and I lost the time that I spent on that. Lately I don't check my watch for seconds, I'm not getting back. Lately all my friends is wait, I'm lighter now. I'm finished fast. All these
1,000%.
rappers food.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But no one calls me Cotton Top. Like I don't know.
I don't know why anyone would try
I
to-
can't think of who that might be.
Importance of not
Like
living
usually
in
I
the
have an
past,
idea.
The danger of living in
Cotton Top?
yesterday. I certainly think
Nah, I don't know who that is.
that a lot of relationships are sabotaged by things
Sounds
that
like a
happened before
chance
they ever
joke.
began, that weren't dealt with,
I just can't.
and so we project onto other people trust issues that were developed
Chris, can you play that beat again?
because of another person's
Definitely
actions.
100%.
1,000%.
Saying things to somebody that we just met, like, who's texting you?
Gonna go ahead and mute this.
And it's not that you ever caught him doing anything, it's just that it's been done to you before.
Oh, it was too old. What?
And so now you're
They said it was a good boy. It's like, wait, she was sucking you like that? Thank you for tuning in to the We Live Isaiah Polk Soundcheck. This is Isaiah Polk. My back hurts so bad. I gotta quit getting broken in. Pause.
The kid.
The kid.
yeah.
Boogie himself.
Boogie.
Yeah, himself. Look at it. Everyone say hello to Alan. He's in his bag. Give him my eagle. TJ might be picking up his wife, so it's like, you listening, bro? What's going on there? The sauce hitting, man. As well as JC, aka Mr. Onion Bagel, aka definitely did. What was the other one? Big Booty Anonymous T. Sound check. Oh, I can even up the light one notch here.
We live.
Why you say? Come on, man.
Hey, look.
Thank you for joining us for We Live, the Isaiah Polk Soundcheck. I am your A-Mike and host, Isaiah Polk. Joined with me today is Mr. Alan Edward Warren the First. His dad is Alan Alexander Warren.
Why did you remember that? But okay.
I have a very, very good memory. How you feeling today, Alan? Actually, before you tell me about that, because I don't really care that much, I want to thank everybody who's listening live for hanging out with us. Everyone is going to jump in later. Also, I want to thank everyone who listens on a monthly to weekly basis on any of the aggregators for hanging out with us. And I would also like to ask you to rate, review, subscribe, like whatever platform you would be watching it through. I want to do a special thanks to all of our Patreons. Can I get an exclamation mark Patreon command in the Twitch chat, along with anyone who's watching? I just want to let you know that we do have a Patreon where you can support on a monthly basis any amount from $3 to $10. And I want to thank everyone who also already does that. If you are in the Patreon, then if you saw the last Patreon post, you know that there's a special music project that'll be releasing on November 1st from myself. That's only releasing in that Patreon. Also, we have some pretty dope news. We got a Patreon challenge coming up next month that you guys can be a part of if you do indeed take part in the Patreon. Thank you guys for sending that command for me. Alan, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm all good, Isaiah. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, of course.
How are you doing, Isaiah?
I'm pretty good. I had a pretty chill day. Hung out with myself. Watched some football. Worked on some podcast stuff. Uploaded a podcast episode. Drank a little Henny. No, actually I didn't. It was pineapple juice. But
Big sad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But no, that's it. I have been having some personal issues with people, which is actually what inspires this week's episode's topic, and that is maintaining friendships, which I generally do have a very, very hard time doing, especially as of late. Like, it hasn't been till like probably the last couple of years where that's been an issue for me, and I've been told on numerous occasions, if you're the common factor in the equation, I mean, look at yourself.
Right.
But man, I can only look at myself for so long till the mirror start getting dirty. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't. I don't feel like. Whereas I do think that I do tolerate a lot less when it comes to friendships and relationships, and like kind of am a little more willing to let people go now. I think that also, it's not always my fault. I think that sometimes you got to be understanding and aware of how much you're willing to deal with.
Right.
And then also knowing when people just aren't good for you. Like, I think when you're self-aware, you can kind of understand what people will and won't work as friends and acquaintances and loved ones. And I think that me being aware of that doesn't necessarily mean that I treat people disposably. But I think that I understand who I do and don't want in my life. And I think that a lot of people mistake that as treating people disposably. I feel like treating people disposably is when you allow them in and you...
That's your like point of manipulation or something like that.
Yeah, when you allow them in for some kind of personal gain, and then when you get what you want, you get rid of them. I feel like that's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Because something disposable, you use it and throw it away.
Right.
But I feel like when people just don't click, or the relationship isn't healthy, and you decide then that it's not to be kept, I don't think that's treating someone disposably. Go ahead.
So, the thing with that I see, like, it feels like intention is the point there, because I feel like they're overall the same moment. Is just about the initial reason as to why it happened. Because like I feel like the way that you have it set up is that you're finding people to have in your life that you enjoy, that compliment you, and so on and so forth. But if they don't do that, then you don't want them there. So it's like, it's kind of like a test, but I guess it's not. I guess it isn't the same thing. And
I can see how you see it that way, and that makes sense. But I think that's also coming from the standpoint that I'm looking at friendships as in I need to get something from you, when that's not necessarily the case. Like, I have friends, and not so much anymore, but I'm using Torin for an example. Torin gives as much as he takes now. But like there was a point in our friendship where Torin just didn't have much to offer because he didn't have much.
Right.
And like, you don't have to offer me something to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Or to be important to me or a part of my life. But like it almost feels like now, TJ and I were he's not here now, but TJ and I were actually having a conversation where TJ was saying that like he's almost to the point where, and he knows that it's not a progressive mindset, but TJ's almost to the point where he just doesn't want more friends because he's happy with the circle he has, and we both agree that that's a non-progressive mindset. It's not really, but at the same time, I was like, I can't really hate on it, bro, because I'm kind of feeling the same way, because I don't know, it's new people complicate things, and it's a lot like being in a new relationships. You have to learn the do's and don'ts, the ins and outs, and the quirks that you are okay with.
Do it all over again.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just not.
It's a lot of work.
It's not worth it sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names, but I have a friend of mine that was a very close friend of mine, and we've been at odds so many times that it's ridiculous. And in the last couple of days, we had another disagreement because they were upset about a disagreement they had with another one of my friends. And it almost got to the point where I felt like they were trying to make me pick.
Right.
And it's like, I feel like that is not toxic, but a destructive like mindset. That's not healthy for an environment of.
I feel like it's toxic.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Toxic.
It's not healthy for an ecosystem of like
Friends.
and
homies.
And man, I just feel like sometimes it's a lot. And I told them like, I'm always there if you need me, but like, I don't want to be there just because. Like, I don't want us to have to be friends. If it's a need, if you have need, I'm there for you. But like, I feel like sometimes it's better to definitely put distance between some people because some people just don't mesh well together, bro. And I'm having that issue now.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Do you have any examples of how are you with friends? I don't know any of your friends other than us.
Well, college is like weird because me socially, I've been kind of working on that past since like high school. So I've been more or less forcing people to be my friends since high school.
Forcing.
How? I guess I'm manipulative.
Yeah, manipulate me. You couldn't manipulate me if you wanted to. I don't think. That's
as he sits on the podcast. But no. Jokes. But a lot of
I'm not comfortable.
I know.
I'm not gonna act like I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable.
A lot of my friends in college, I kind of like joined groups because I just refused to be an outcast. I refused to be on the sideline. In architecture, we had like 70-person classes. Like one, it wasn't like a lecture. Like we were all like sitting at the same table or like multiple tables or whatever. So I would be a part of multiple groups, like internally, like the entire time. But I obviously I kept like maybe one or two that I kind of hung out with, and then like that eventually turned to one, and then some people got real like stupid, so it really turned to one person out of that group. So I barely talk to that person now. So with me, I mean, I kind of like having friends. So I guess I'm kind of like y'all. I don't really think that's like bad. It's a not progressive thing.
I don't like having friends. I want less, and that's my issue. Is like with me,
you're too likable, man.
I don't even think that's it. I think that's the exact opposite of the issue. I think with me though is I'm so not even impatient, but unwilling to welcome into my space.
It's like anxiety or something like that.
Yeah, but like if I meet you and we click immediately, you're already family. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't like warming up to people. And if you don't click immediately, I'm not trying to make you click.
I see.
And also, if I meet you through a mutual, I'm going to assume we're friends because we have a mutual friend that we both get along with. But if I grow to not like you, I'm not going to act like I like you. And I've noticed recently, all of the people who end up kind of deviating from me as far as like my friend circle are people I met through mutuals. Right. TJ I met on my own. Me and TJ am not Tyler Stewart or Boogie, as you guys know him. I met on my own. Me and you, I actually met on my own. Weird enough how it happened, but I met on my own. Like everyone who has longevity in my life, I've actually met on my own. And I think that probably plays a part because generally, if I meet you on my own, we build something based off of something concrete between us, instead of me just assuming that we're gonna be cool because someone in between us was. And I think that's a big thing for me. But I think that I'm actually pretty good at maintaining friendships when it comes to like just nurturing the ones I already have, because I think generally most of the people that I become close with are somewhat good at understanding how to fight fair. So it's like even if we argue, things don't go too far.
Right.
But
yeah.
I don't lose too many actually close friends. How did we meet? Funny story, actually. So I was dating this girl. We're not going to use any names, but I was dating this girl in junior year. It was our junior year? Sophomore year? Yeah. Oh, it was no, because I didn't have a girlfriend.
It was junior year.
It was junior year.
My bad, yeah.
I was 16 and I had never had a girlfriend before. I never kissed a girl, never hugged a girl ever. I was gross. So let's just start there. But I was dating this girl, and I was super insecure, and so I thought like Alan was talking to her on some nut
I
shit.
had no
like,
idea who that person was.
He knew her, but they were just kind of like, they weren't even friends. They weren't. I don't even know if you can call them associates. They knew of each other.
I knew her because you told me about it.
No, bro, that's not true because I know y'all knew each other from a conversation y'all had because I was on the weird go through her phone stuff back then. So that's the only reason I knew. But I don't remember what I read, and it literally was nothing solid. It was nothing concrete. It was nothing serious. I was just.
That's the wild part because I've never talked to that person.
Bro, yes, you
after
did.
I met
it doesn't matter. Why does it sound like we're arguing about this? Man, anyway, I digress.
It was really funny.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Isaiah being a jealous simp and like some stupidity, and then we were in archery.
Well, we had PE first.
TJ, we're 15 minutes in. You'll catch the next one. We had archery. We had archery together, and there was a dude who kept shooting. Did he shoot the target or behind the target?
He wasn't hitting.
He wasn't hitting the target, and I would say yam that bitch right when he shot, and we just started calling him that. It was a mutual joke between us, and then the next year we had a math class together, and we drew a picture of a dude eating butt and a head exploding, and that was the foundation of our friendship, which I think is actually one of my. I think this for me and Alan is probably my second hardest to maintain friendship that I maintained. My hardest to maintain friendship was 100% TJ, but we figured it out. But like, no, definitely, me and Boogie have taken zero maintenance. We've never fallen out. We've never had a disagreement. Like zero maintenance. It's kind of scary, but
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see how that could be scary.
Yeah, no, it's not natural. I feel like we should argue
you're
once.
Freaking out, yeah.
Never argue. But Boogie's so chill, bro. Like it doesn't happen. And I think that I do think that I also have I was told by a female I was in cahoots with. Why was it the toughest? TJ, ours. Okay, I'll talk about the female in a second. TJ, I say ours is the toughest because we both have extremely strong personalities, and it's hard for us to express what we think subjectively. Both of us speak like whatever we say is fact. So whenever it comes down to us having a conversation where things are up to opinion, it's hard for either one of us to kind of see it that way, and we don't really communicate the best. But now now I'm laughing at Torrin. Now we're definitely to a point where we're better at communicating, and I think as we grow and we age and we mature, our friendship's doing the same. Now back to what I was saying. There was a female I was in cahoots with about six months ago. 4 to 6. I'm pretty sure everyone who knows me knows what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about. But there was a female I was in cahoots with, and we had a falling out where I told her I just wasn't interested in being involved anymore, and she got like super, super angry. But all that aside, she ended up telling me that like my issue with keeping people around or like the lack of longevity when it comes to my friendships and relationships was due to like me just allowing a self-fulfilling prophecy, because like I have a saying I'll say where like people come, people go, because I understand that everyone in my life is not going to be permanent, and that's okay. And she thinks because I think that and feel that, it makes it so people who wouldn't have been seasonal become that way. But the big thing with me is the people who become seasonal for reasons. It's not like I was like, you're not going to be around because I don't think you're doing, or I think you're doing this, but it's because of little things with me. Like if I don't think I see what he said and I'm ignoring it. If I don't think I'll be a better person through knowing you, I don't want to be actively involved with you, right. But be that romantic, platonic, business, sexual, any of them. I'm just not really interested. The possum note, bro, chill. You're bugging.
I was gonna say, I gotta say that the relationship that we have has been the most interesting that I've had so far.
Big pause.
Because, like, I can see how like a lot of people may, see how you interact with, I guess, people relationship wise, and it's not normal to some people. Because I mean, from what I've seen, it's the most
peculiar.
Yeah, there's the word I wanted to use. Let's say special. I did not want to say special.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but keep going.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a very peculiar way that you like exist, and I mean it's interesting, and at the same time it's like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I think what people miss is that it's because it's so not normal that no one's used to that kind of straightforwardness in a relationship like that.
Yeah.
And like because people I guess we all live in this fantasy of like, oh, we have these standards that we always go by, and you were like, no.
Yeah. Let's worry about these feelings. Let's worry about this
like,
sensitivity.
nah.
And I'm not gonna do that.
Here's the rules. Follow them.
And it's not even about follow them. Like in certain relationships, yes. Like because if I'm romantically involved with them, of course I'm gonna have things that I'm okay with and I'm not, and so is she. But with my friends, the big thing with me is don't do nothing straight foul, and really that's it. Because think about who my friends are. Torin is one of my absolute closest friends. And if Torin and I can still be friends after a fist fight, after the words we've exchanged, man, I don't think that there's too many people who couldn't be friends. My big thing is, if I can tell that you're 100% more concerned about your benefit from something, I'm not really interested in having you in a relationship where we should be benefiting each other. When it comes to me and T, I look out for T in a space where I want T to do better than he's already doing. And I'm not concerned about what I'm getting from T. I'm concerned about what I can give to T. Right. The same thing with you guys. Think about the podcast. Yes, I needed help, but I called on people who could help me and I thought would actually enjoy this, something that they could use. Because for me, more than anything else, this podcast is much needed therapy for stuff that I'm going through. And if I didn't have this, I would go nuts. That's one reason why I want people like you and T and Jade, because like you're people I can vent to like clearly. And that being said, I feel like I'm not the only person benefiting from this. But my biggest concern is never what I'm getting from you guys. It's what I can give back to you. You know what I'm saying? It always interesting as because he's just a wild ass. You're bugging. I farted like 4 times. Have you felt those?
I felt the last
That's
one.
Nuts. But yeah, bro, it's super hot in here, and this sweater is fleece. It's not fleece. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's so hot.
Steamy.
I feel like a vegetable. I'll catch it at Vapors.
Some dry broccoli, man.
Oh God, I have some broccoli in that room. It's laying on my bed. I know it's probably odd to say.
Like the whole
Nah, it's in a container, but it's open. It's definitely open air.
Off topic, but I did not know broccoli came like that.
Man, you're not lying. But yeah, if that's about all we have to say on the topic, we're getting extremely close to our time. But I don't want to cut it just yet. I actually wanted to. So okay, Joey dropped For You My Love today, and I wanted to take the last few minutes of this podcast because I knew this topic probably wouldn't stretch the full 30 minutes. Yes, please turn that hate down, Kate. I always look like he finna snap. Alan is finna snap.
Always.
I want to spend the last few minutes of this podcast analyzing those songs. He gave me 2 songs to listen to. We're not gonna play You Know because we've heard You Know, even though it's a jam. But I want to,
Absolutely.
I want to see what we think about the 2 that he showed me. So I'm gonna play those. Because it came out at 11 a.m. Anyone, if you are a fan of alternative or experimental hip hop / I guess like
I'm a fan.
Pop music. Okay, Joey. OKAYJOEY exclamation mark. Okay, Joey is your artist. We're finna play 2 songs from his For You My Love EP. It's not really an EP because it's 10 tracks. He said it's an EP. He's a liar. He told us to play New Light and Morning. Wow. So we're going to play New Light, Morning, and You Know because we're not going to play You Know. We're going to play New Light and Morning. So this is New Light by OK Joey. Evelyn Lewis. You're late, Evelyn. We're actually done with the podcast. Now we're checking out these songs by the homie OK Joey. Big late. Real late.
I know you're suffering.
Joint better be hard, Joseph. Kevin.
Rich nigga, she ain't got many that. Yeah, that's your bitch, but I'm into that. I hit her once and I sent her back. You took the sauce, give it back. I just hit the hotel. Me and that girl made a skin a match. I need cheese like Rotel. I catch plays like Odell. Joey the bar, bitch, I be on Mars. Chillin' with the stars till your bride. Catch you, please stop following me to the car. You don't even know my whole name.
We're gonna let it play for a minute and we're gonna cut it.
Off the cocaine, she wanna feel the part. I write scriptures. I get on the track, she say my wife be painting pictures. She told me to pick my poison, Molly, or the liquor. I can't be your baby, not a hubby, not a mister. I don't need a mistress, I just want your energy. I know you've been feeling me when I come.
What'd you think, Alan?
Mess with it.
1 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
I give it a 6. I didn't hate it. I wasn't in love with it. I think that there's some stuff he could have did better, but it was kind of dope. I guess it was jiggy.
I vibe with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It probably wouldn't be the joint from this I would play. Like, it wouldn't be the one that I played out. All right, we're gonna play Morning for a minute, and then we're gonna cut it. I like the beat already. I just put my finger in my cup while I drank out of it. Gangsta.
We live.
Gangsta. Chris Hill.
Yeah. I know that you're tired, can you answer the phone? Can you hold me down, cause I'll be gone till the morning. They just wanna fuck me cause I'm hot and I'm on. They can't get attention from me cause I think they're boring. You don't have to tell me cause I know.
Oh, that beat's tough.
It's like I always leave you when it's cold and it's pouring. Can you pick up, baby, can you answer the phone? Can you
Oh, that beat's tough. Oh, this is crazy.
till the morning. Baby, can you make it make sense?
Oh!
Saying that you can't take it. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it.
Yes, sir, you beat that?
Wait for you if you just say
You beat the reference?
All these bitches in my phone,
Huh?
basic. I just wanna see you when I can, and I hate it. All these
Oh, that
bitches-
joint crazy. Did you peep the Wasted reference?
I didn't hear it.
Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. Bro, did you not hear that? Right here.
I can't
You
hear
in
it.
my phone saying that you can't take it. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. I would give it all away for you.
I forgot Alan couldn't hear me.
All these bitches in my
Tough.
sitting here
Oh,
like-
that joint crazy. I'm a big fan of that one. I'm giving that one a 9. He said GTA. I don't get it, but I like GTA 5. No, for sure. I'm giving that one a 9. I'm giving that one a 9. I'm going to go peep the whole project. Mr. Joey. Like I said again, guys, if you're a fan of that type of music, that is for you, My Love by OK Joey. Nice of you to drop in, Miss Heckard. Nice to hear from you today on this fine Thursday evening. I thought I had to burp, but I'm going to stew up on myself. Disgusting.
It lasted so long.
He said Rockstar. It's the reference. No, bro. Rockstar. It was a Wasted reference. It was a Gucci Mane song. Rockstar lifestyle might not make it. Like you know that song.
Yeah.
That's the reference. T makes GTA where when you do you get wasted. No, I know, bro, but it was a Gucci Mane. Those are literally Gucci Mane lyrics that he used in a song. Dang, everyone's tuning in now, and like we've already done the whole podcast. Like there's 7 people here now. Everyone's late. That's crazy. But Alan, anything you want to say before we, dip out of here?
Support the Patreon.
Oh God!
Join the Patreon.
If you're not already at the Patreon, can I get an X marks Patreon command in the chat? If you're not already a part of the Patreon is where you can support this podcast. Support this podcast on a monthly basis, anywhere from $3 to $10. We release exclusive content, be that music, videos, or any a plethora of other special things that we could be releasing in there. Challenges, like just funny stuff, all kinds of stuff that we release in there as an appreciation for the people who give back to us and kind of keep us afloat. I want to go ahead and thank everybody who is a part of that Patreon once again, everyone who came and chilled with us tonight, everyone who is a frequent and or infrequent listener to the podcast. If you're listening on any of the live platforms, I want to ask that you share the podcast with somebody. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Podbean, any of those aggregators for the podcast, I want to ask that you share that with someone, and you like, review, rate, whatever it is that platform offers to kind of boost us in the algorithm so that more people may bump into us. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in with us. I'm Isaiah Polk. This is We Live, the Isaiah Polk sound check, and we live. I mean, sound check.
We live.
There we go.
Ladies, for your problems, we can mix you up like soup. Nah, they don't love them, they don't love it, they don't love me, but they can never skip it. Boy, I'm shake sharp in the morning, boy, I spaz what I want and make the situation foreign. Understand, huh? Had to wake them up, I heard them snoring. Hey, and shorty think we doing. Believe it or not, I'm just saying what she told me. Hey, stuff like that have homie tight. He's so mad that he can't type. We don't dance with them boys, we just keep them in our sight. Colder than victories, we ain't just edition night. Serve it up with extra.
Oh wait, I'm still live.
Take it right, price to pay for trying to play in a league where you can aim. Every track you drop a bang, undisputed reigning. Down like a kid, down